Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is September 10th, 2014. My name is Nick Santiago. Thank you all for tuning in. Let's jump right into the charts here. We're going to start off with the usual S&P 500 E-mini futures. And what you'll see here is that the futures are falling a little bit. They are down about 3 points this morning to 1986.75 per contract. So a decent little morning drop. Futures were trading around the 1992 level. However, you could see that they have come off those highs and now are approaching the lows from yesterday. Now, yesterday the market did sell off a little bit. First little sell-off we've seen in quite a while, but it was a decent one, pretty robust, and really had a lot of action yesterday in the marketplace. So today we'll see if these markets can find some stability or if they do break lower, and that will tell us a lot. But yesterday we had good suspicion that the markets were going to roll over a little bit, and sure enough, that is what they did. Now let's get into some stocks in the news. We have a lot of stocks out here. We're going to start off the day with Palo Alto Networks, PANW. Stock right now is trading at around $93 a share. It did close at $89.28. Now the stock reported earnings. Earnings, I guess, are being well received. However, the stock is overbought at this point in time, so be very, very careful. I would not be a buyer of Palo Alto at these levels. It's a new all-time high. The one thing I would say, if you do own the stock, I would trail the stop loss. And if you want to take profits, I would take them off the table. It's up to you. But either way you slice it or dice it, the stock has a ton of resistance up here around $94. I don't even know if it will get back to that level today. But either way you slice it or dice it again, just trail the stop loss if you own it. If you don't own it, do not buy this one today. Okay, nice gap up, but this is way overbought, way extended. Needs to pull back first, form a base before it can move higher. So again, while it's a very tough stock to short, I would not be a buyer up here at these levels. Let's take a look at Krispy Kreme Doughnuts. Krispy Kreme right now is trading at $16.73. Stock closed at $17.61. Right now, the stock is hitting a little bit of short-term support around the 1675 level, 1674 area. That's kind of where it is. You can see after yesterday's closing bell, it did fall lower. I'm going to actually have some levels today. Well, I'll tell you what, the next level I have for this stock is really much lower. So you have some support of 15, and then it's going to be 1381. We'll see where this thing trades out. A level I do like today for Krispy Kreme Doughnuts, though, would be around the 1550 level for a quick bounce. So keep that on the radar. If the stock does get down to that area, $15.50 would be a good level for Krispy Kreme Doughnuts. It may be 1558, 1559. It's very hard to pinpoint to the penny at this point in time in the morning. But once we see it coming down, we'll have a better gauge on it. Maybe we'll look to play that stock in the intraday stock chat this morning. Let's take a look at GTAT. This is a stock I will have gap levels for. Stock closed at $14.94. It is now trading at $13.66. This company is being hurt by the news from Apple yesterday. They make sapphire screens, and it looks like Apple is not going to use them in their new iPhones. So again, this stock is being hurt by the Apple news. I will have gap levels for this one this morning. If it does sell off, we'll look to play this in the chat room. Again, GTAT will be in play today. Let's take a look at eBay. eBay is another stock that is getting hit a little bit today. They're getting hurt by the Apple news as well. One thing about eBay today, the stock is trading at $52 a share, closed at $52.73. So there is some support here right around the 51.50 level for eBay. However, the best level I have for today would be at $49.57. So $49.57, that's the level I would watch for eBay to have pretty good support. The one thing I will say is that a lot of people are now saying Apple's new pay service is going to hurt eBay's PayPal. So again, watch the news. Stock will be in play. eBay should be volatile today. You got a nice little dip before the opening bell, but remember, there will be some support around 51.54, and then I really like the 49.57 if eBay does trade down there. All right, let's take a look at Land's End. This was just spun off by Sears, so there's not a whole lot of data to go through. The stock just IPO'd, or basically was spun off, I should say, in May 2014, so just a few months ago. Right now the stock is trading at $35.25. I'm going to give it the upside bias. Land's End is a pretty strong gap today. The only level I would even consider shorting the stock would be around $36.90 to $37. Right now, still a strong name. I'm not sure it gets up to that level, but I wouldn't get in front of it until it does. It's a little bit on the thin side, meaning it rarely trades 1 million shares a day. In fact, sometimes the stock only trades 100,000 shares a day. So stocks like this have a tendency to overshoot more than most traders and investors expect. So again, don't get in front of Land's End until it gets towards the 37 level. I don't know if it'll get up there, but like I said, it can do it, and you have to respect that, at least when you're watching and you're trading the tape. Let's take a look at NPSP. This here is MPS Pharmaceuticals. It looks like they're going to come in front of some type of a panel today, so I'm not exactly 100% sure what the news is there, but they're going to come up in front of some type of panel with their drug. So again, the stock is really soaring higher. It closed at $25.77. It's trading around $29.76. There is some resistance around $30.50, but remember, whenever it comes to a biotech, depending on what the news is, it can move stocks more than anybody ever expects. So for me, there's no play here on this one. If you own it, I just trail the stop loss now, but be ready as they go in front of that panel for some type of a review on their drug. That news could send the stock both either way, sharply higher, sharply lower. Right now, I'd have to say that the stock is holding up pretty well, and we'll see how it plays out, but be very, very careful here. Let's take a look at Royal Cruise Line. RCL is a ticker symbol. What you're going to see here is that they raised their dividend. I'm not sure it's a big dividend raise, but nonetheless, they did. Well, let's take a look. Yeah, they raised their dividend to 30 cents from 25 cents. So again, I don't think that news is that big a deal. Stock is already overbought. Be very, very careful with Royal Caribbean at these levels. I would not be getting involved any way you slice it or dice it. But they did raise their dividend. Not a big deal. It looks like Microsoft's also in the news. They're going to buy they're expected to buy the makers of Minecraft for $2 billion. That's a video game. My kids play that thing. And the one thing I will say, $2 billion is really nothing for Microsoft. They just have a stockpile of cash, so that's not a big deal. If the stock does come down, watch the $43.18 level. That's a level where you can get long Microsoft for a bounce. I'm not sure it's going to get down to that level, but if it does do it, that's a level, $43.18 for Microsoft. That's the only level that would really attract me at this point in time. Let's go over to the gold market. Gold right now is trading higher by $1.10. It was up a little bit more earlier to $1,249.60 an ounce. Let's go over to the GLD. GLD caught a bid yesterday afternoon. However, it has since come back down. There really is not a play on gold right now from what I can tell. So really we'll just have to sit and wait. Again, gold generally will move lower when the dollar-yen, when the dollar-yen chart moves higher. And dollar-yen today is up another 50 cents. Take a look at the daily chart. So dollar-yen higher, gold will generally move lower. It's not always, it's not perfect, it's not a tick-for-tick type deal, but that's a general rule. Dollar-yen moves higher, gold will move lower, and vice versa. Let's take a look at the oil market this morning. You have light sweet crude trading down about 29 cents to $92.47 a barrel. Let's go to the USO, which is a good way to trade light sweet crude. And what you'll see here is that USO is trading at $34.62. That's a daily chart, so it's actually trading lower. Trading at $34.51, closed at $34.62. Right now, I don't see any real reason to own oil or the oil market. USO can get down to $33.75 before finding any intraday support. So be very, very careful on the long side with oil. Sure, there can be some geopolitical event that could spur oil, but right now you have problems going on in Iraq, Syria, Russia and the Ukraine, and oil is going down. That is not a sign of strength for crude. That is a sign of weakness. So be very, very careful with oil at this stage of the game. All right, I think I've covered everything that I wanted to get through today. Again, We should have some good activity this morning in the intraday stock chat. Come on over to that. Take a 7-day free trial. See what we're made out of. And I'll see everybody on the charts. Take care, everyone.